Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're updating the Superfly and we're putting our new tires on it. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that little bell icon right next to that. That way you're notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content we got on this channel. So right on to the video. We're updating the tires on here. If you saw one of my last videos, we did a farewell review of my good old Schwalbe Nic tires. It is time for those to go away and be replaced by something new. So before we get into this, we are still going to be running tubeless on these tires. Tubeless on the wheels and the new tires. Something I like to do, I like running tubeless. If you don't like running tubeless, good for you, but I like running it, so I'm going to continue to run it. What tires did I decide to go with? I decided to go with a set of these. These are the WTB Rangers and a 29 by 2.4. They are a much more of a cross-country trail type tire, nothing too crazy, much less aggressive of a tread than the Nobby Nics had, but they should definitely work. And of course, we went with the good old tan wall. I want to see how that looks on the Superfly. I think it should look pretty cool. So we got a pair of these, same tires, front and rear running the same. That's just how I like to run them. We'll see how that works for this. So we got those. And then I've been running stand sealant ever since I got this bike converted to tubeless, which was pretty much when I got the bike. And I decided it's time for something different. Used stands for a long time, really haven't had a problem with stands, but I figured it's time to try a little bit different sealant since we're doing new tires. So I got this. This is the WTB tubeless tire sealant. Never even seen this before, never heard of it, and we're gonna give this stuff a shot in my tires and hopefully it works out pretty good. If not, we always got stands as a fallback, but we're gonna give this guy a shot. So we're gonna get right onto the tires. I already got the front wheel removed, that way we can take the tire off of here, clean it all up inside, clean up our valve stem since it's pretty beat up from just having it been on here for, how long have they been on here? This is the front, so the front has never out, the front's only been off when I've changed tires. So this setup has been on here for probably about 5 years, which is a long time. We're gonna get this all removed, clean up our valve stem here, make sure that's all clean, and get ready to install our new tires on here. So let's get right over here and get working on it. So first up, we got the valve cap. If you're running valve cap, I'm gonna take that off, and we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove our valve core here. That's our valve core. Got that all removed. And then from that point, you're just going to, you're gonna first take your bead off your tire, get to DC off of the wheel. Now we got that separated. We just gotta get our tire off now. It still wants to hang on for dear life. Jeez. There it goes. And you want to make sure, if you have this tubeless currently, you're probably gonna have sealant in there. Ooh, that is some lovely colored sealant. So just be aware, you may have sealant come out at you, and be careful when removing it, that way you don't get sealant all over you. So like I said, I'm actually gonna pull my valve core out, that way I can hit this with the wire wheel and just clean up the threads and clean it up in general. And if you're wondering how I have this set up, these wheels were never tubeless ready. So this is a conversion strip from stands from way back when, and it pretty much strips around the inside of the wheel, makes it tubeless compatible. Now we're gonna just try and just get whatever's loose out of here. So then we're gonna get a good old new tire here. Snip our zip ties off. So there's a new tire right there, nice and put together. And of course, what you want to do, I'd really line the WTB up with the valve stem, of course. That way it looks really good. You can find your valve core nice and easy, yada, 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 yada. So we're gonna get one bead set onto our wheel, if we can. And with tubeless, you really don't want to use a tire lever if you can help it. You might tweak the bead a little bit, or mess up the rim, or something along those lines. You really don't want to if you can get away with it. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna put this on like this, and we're gonna attempt to get this to seat without any sealant first. That's what I like to do, that way you know it's gonna seal and you're not dealing with messiness in the tire when it's not gonna seal. Cool, so we're gonna try with our floor pump first. See if we can get this to work with the floor pump. All right guys, Got one tire on. That was a pain in the butt, but we got it on. It looks sick with this tan sidewall on here. So pretty much what we did, got that all cleaned up. You saw me get that on there. Tried to seat it dry, did not want to seat, so I went ahead and I put sealant in it, and then through a combined effort of me and my wife and a lot of pumping on the hand pump and getting it pumped up that way, we finally got it to seat. So that's one done. Looks really good. I am stoked to see these on my bike. One thing to know when you're seeing tubeless tires, don't go too high of a pressure. If you start getting up above like 40, 45 PSI, make sure you check and make sure all around the bead is all seated right. If it's not seated right, you probably want to hold up and stop for a second. Find where it's not seated and then you continue going. Otherwise, if you try and go higher than that, you're gonna pop the bead and you're gonna blow sealant all over the place. So just be careful when you're doing that. Otherwise, this tire's set. So we're gonna do the same thing with the rear tire, get that one set as well. I'll try and record. That's installing it this time. The camera shut off last time, so I didn't really get much of it, but I'm gonna try and record this next time and see how this goes. It's like letting rubber off. It's brand new. That's awesome. So let's get our rear tire off and we'll get a new tire installed in that too. All right, let's got that all cleaned up. Grab a paper towel. Just gonna do the same deal. Wipe down the inside of this strip. Put the rest of our sealant in here, another 4 ounces. All right. Just have to roll down to another side. There it goes. Okay. And grab our pump. Just out of curiosity, let's see if it'll seat by itself. And actually lean on it by itself, nice and easy. Why was the first one so hard? So once you get your tire seated on, you gotta make sure the bead is all the way in. That side looks great. And this side looked great. Wow, the last one was a pain in the butt. I was gonna say that. This one was easy. So once you get that, just gonna get there like this. I give it a little shake, spin around, shake it, spin around, shake it. Spin around, shake it. Spin around, shake it. Spin around and shake it again. And I'll go one more time. So that'll just kind of shake. If you're sealing around, pretty much you're just spreading it all around here. Still hear it? Good. That should be good. So there's our back wheel. Now the fun part, see if they fit. Because these are the widest tires I've ever run on this bike. I ran a 2.3, but never run anything 2.4. At least holding them up, they look about the same, but let's find out here. So that's 30 in both. So let's see how that works. And then you can adjust from there, because I've never run these tires before. They're much different than my old tires. So we'll give this a shot, and yeah, let's look at it. This looks cool. That looks cool. I don't care how they perform. That looks cool on here. So that is our WTB Ranger 2.4, 29 by 2.4s installed on the Superfly. Set up with tubeless with WTB tubeless sealant in them. This one went on great. No problem at all the rear. That one fine. The front struggled a little bit. Has absolutely nothing to do with tires. Has to do with my setup with my tubeless conversions in them. But they look amazing. And even for a 2.4, this tells you how much your width of your rim means when you're looking for tires. My rims are relatively narrow. They're not a very wide wheel, they're a very narrow rim. So with a narrow rim, it tends to curve the tire a little bit more than having it flat across. Therefore, I still have clearance in between the frame rail. Not very much, but I do have clearance between the frame rail and the tire. So that's good there. I have plenty of clearance on the front. So that should just tell you, I mean, you can fit wider tires. Going by the manufacturer's tire width, the 2.4, that's on a specific width of a wheel. So if you don't have a specific wheel, you have a narrower wheel or a different wheel, it potentially could have a different width overall right here at the top. So in my case, 2.4s fit really good and they look amazing. I can't wait to get out and ride these and just be able to try this out. I've missed riding on cross-country tires, if you can't tell. I really like them. So you can stare a little longer if you want. This beautiful bike with the beautiful tires on it, which just, I mean, that just makes the bike. It looks so much different. It's so cool right now, but that looks awesome. So I can't wait to give you guys my first ride impressions on these tires. I'm not taking it out for a ride today, but I will take it out. And once I do take these out, I will give you guys my first ride impression on these, let you know what I think of them. And of course, you know you're gonna get some long-term reviews on these because this is a first journey. I'm never in WTB tires. I didn't find too much about the WTB Rangers online, so there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you maybe learned a couple things. Just setting a tubeless tire up. Hopefully that helped. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, give it a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love chatting with you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.